Hi all. Today we will explore the concepts of FX and meta reducers in NGRX State Management Library. FX is basically a method which is provided by NGRX to handle side effects of the state. Side effect basically means along with updating the state, we may need to make some interactions like making network requests or WebSocket connections and even timer based events. So usually these will be handled by the Angular services. So the problem of not using FX is that the services will be directly injected to the Angular components and the components will be doing the action. So what FX does is that it provides an extra layer in between the Angular components and the side effects, thereby making the Angular component more pure and it does not need to worry about the side effects. So now let's go through an example so that we will get a better idea of what you mean by side effects. So here in the Angular app, I have created a category component. So this is the same application which I used for the previous NGRS selectors. So here you can see that on the initialization of the component, category component, I am making a service call to get the categories and I am setting that in the state. So you can see that I am actually directly calling this service which is a network call and it is coupled within the Angular component itself. So once we introduce the effects, the Angular component then need not worry about making the service call and all those things. It will be just dispatching an action and the action will be handled by the effects which will in turn take care of the service call and other things. So for demonstrating the effects, I have created an Angular 12 application and also I have created a data server that is a backend server using Nest.js. So that is running in the background. Now let's go ahead and add the FX library to our application. So the simplest way is ng add @ngrx slash fx at latest. So since I am using Angular 12, I can run this command and add it. Otherwise, you need to manually add the dependencies. Once I run the command, it will automatically update the package dependencies and install the libraries. So now the command has completed execution and all the packages have been installed. Now let's go to the application and see what are the changes that happen. So inside the package.json, this new entry has been added. The ngrsfx has been added as a dependency. And if you go to the app module, you can see that the fx module has been imported from the ngrsfx and it has been added to the imports. So as of now, there are no effects defined here. So once we create our effects, we can register it here and it will be available throughout the application. So now let's go ahead and make code modifications to add the effects. So first what I'm doing is I have an action called get categories. So here you can see that here actually I'm making the service call and getting the categories and I'm just setting it in the state. So now once the effects comes in, I can modify this action and I no longer need the payload. So I am removing that and I am formatting it. So now I will go to the component and I will remove the data service because I will be using the effects to call this service. So I can remove this dependency and remove these lines as well. And here I will just dispatch the action get categories without any parameter. So this action will be handled by the new effect which we are going to create. So we will create a file categories or category dot fx dot ts. So this is basically a service. So you can give injectable export class category fx and inside the constructor we need to inject the private actions, and the data service which we need to call to make the API call. So I have added that as well. Now we can start by creating the FX. So first we add a property. I'm naming it as load categories, and we have a method called create effect. This is provided by the FX library, and in that we can pass a callback. So here you can take the actions which we injected earlier. So basically this is a stream which will contain all the actions that are dispatched from the store. So whenever an action is dispatched, it will be received in this observable. So we will add a pipe here. We'll also import the create effect. So inside the pipe, we need to filter out our desired action. So we have a method called of type. It's an operator. Inside that, we can provide the action which we need to filter out. So since we are handling the get categories action, we will provide this here. And after that, I will use the merge map operator. So inside that, again, I will add a callback, and I will call the data service. So this is basically what we need to do as a side effect. So I am calling the get categories, and again I am using the pipe since this is another observable. So inside this, I am calling the map, and here I get the categories as a response to the network call. So I can just return. Basically what it does is I can create a new action and return it as response of the API. So here we can provide the type, and I need to create an action first. So I will duplicate the get categories. I am giving the name as success. So I will use this custom message I have created. So this is the data API get category success. I will replace this message, and I need to add the props which I had removed earlier. So I need to define the type as well. So this is of categories is the key, and it's a category array. So once we have added this, we can add this message here in our category FX. The type will be this categories message, and the payload will be the categories. So I have added this. Now in case of error, we can add the catch error operator, and we can return another type. So I have defined an error message here. So I am dispatching this in the case of error. So since we are actually returning this value, we need not have this bracket. So I am removing this and this as well. So now our effect is ready. Now one more change we need to make. So that is in the reducer. So in the reducer, we are actually previously listening to the get categories. So this is no longer needed because we need to listen to the success of the API. So we will change the name of the action. So that's it. Now we are set. Now we will register the newly created FX. So go to the app module, and inside the FX module array, we will be just adding this. So now we are ready. Similarly, we can do the same for our movies component as well. So I will repeat the same things. So I will add a movies success and replace the message. Here we don't need the props. Similarly, we'll go to the movies component. We don't need the data service. Remove it, and you also don't need the props since we are just calling the FX here. Remove all the unwanted references. So now next we will create a FX. So I am basically copying this one and creating a new FX here. So I will rename the file as movies.fx. So the FX is renamed. Now we can remove all the references here. So I am renaming it as movies.fx, load movies, and here it will be of type get movies, and I need to call the get movies API, and I will be receiving movies as the output, and here also it will be get movies. So we can change it to movies alert actions and get rename all this. So now let's go to the reducer and rename this as success. And also we will register this FX in our app module. So now our application is up and running. I will refresh the application. So this is our categories component and this is the movies component. So initially you can see that the store is initialized and then the FX is initialized. Then the first thing it does is it sends a category component, sends out a get categories action. So as you can see, it doesn't do anything. So what happens in the background is it starts a side effect. So if you go to the code, this is the code which starts the effect. So the category effects will be listening to this, and when it receives it, it will make an API call. So if you go to the network tab, you can see that the get category APIs is getting called and it gets a response here. So now once the response is received, what it does is it will trigger another action called the get category success message. So if you go to our application, here you can see that the data API is calling this action and it actually updates the store with the API data. So the same way the movies component also triggers an effect and it will be calling the get movies API, and on the success of that API, this particular action is getting dispatched and it updates the data into our store. So here in the case of categories and the movies, actually once the side of it is completed, we are actually resending a new action that is getting handled by our reducer. So you can see that the get category success is getting handled by the reducer. And suppose in case we did not have any action to be performed or we did not want to update the store. So in that case, we will not be sending out a new action. But in that case, what happens is this will cause an error. So in such scenarios, you need to add a new flag here. So that's called dispatch, and you can set the value as false. So in case you do this, the error will be avoided. So by now you would have seen that the NGRX FX is basically very much similar to the Redux concept of tongue actions. So similarly, we have another concept in NGRX called meta reducers. So meta reducers is basically very much similar to the middleware concept in Redux. So here you can consider meta reducers to be like a lifecycle hook that happens just before a normal reducer gets invoked. So in case you need to do any pre-processing, you can do that here. So now let's add a function here. So this is a meta reducer function. So basically I am creating a new function called log, and inside that I accept a reducer which will be of type action reducer any, and it will return also the same type. Now inside the body of the function we invoke another function. So we return a function which accepts a state and the action, and inside that we can do any pre-processing as we told earlier. So here I am just logging the console the current state. So this will be the state which is available before the reducer performs its action, and similarly the current action also we can log here. Then after that we can call our actual reducer with the state and the action as arguments. So I will just export this function as well. Now we will create another constant called meta reducers. So this is of type meta reducer any, and it will be an array. So here I am defining the log function which we created earlier. Now we can add this meta reducers here inside the store module.forroot. You can see that initially we provide the list of reducers and all this will be merged into a single store. Similarly, there is a second object here. So here we can assign the key meta reducers and the value constant which we defined here. So now what will happen is whenever any of these reducers get executed, just before that this meta reducer function will be called and you will be able to see the console messages. So now let's go to our we need to return our reducers. So now if you go to the console, you can see that whenever, similar to what we see in the dev tools, whenever an action is dispatched and the reducer works, the corresponding state and the action will be logged here. So this will be the previous state, like prior to the reducer works, that state will be logged here. The post processed state will not be logged. Hope you are able to get a clear idea about the concept of FX and meta reducers in NGRX. See you soon. Thank you.